Well, the game plan is simple. If you pitch well and you hit well, the wins will follow. Now on the pitching side, Carlos Rodon did his part last night. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss struck him out. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts.
His stuff was sharp. He looked good.
As for the hitting, all it takes is one. There it goes. See ya. Looks like it went to Utah Street, or 2 swings to wake up the lineup. It's a big 2-run single for Grisham. He's driven in the Yankees 3 runs tonight. The dog days will soon give way to the home stretch, so each win is magnified. Tonight, another game up for grabs. It's Yankees, Orioles, next on Prime. It's a hot, sticky Wednesday evening here in Baltimore, and it is time for baseball as Prime presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Baltimore Orioles in the middle game of a 3-game set from Oriole Park at Camden Yards here in Baltimore, Maryland. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees still having trouble scoring runs. They scored 3 runs yesterday. That was enough as they won the first game of the series 3-1. But really, let me amend that. Yankees didn't score 3 runs. It really was Trent Grisham.
It was, and Aaron Boone has been crying out that this team's better than they've showed. They just need one guy to get hot. Maybe it's this guy, because he's been really swinging the bat well as of late. He visits Utah Street for the 2nd time in his career. That gave him 1, and then a big clutch knock late that gave him 2 more. So yes, it was Trent Grisham 3, and the Orioles 1.
And it's been that way for a while now. His last 13 games, he's a .302 hitter. He leads the American League with the most extra base hits over that time, 12 ribbies, and OPS of 1.051. So when you don't score a lot of runs, defense is so important. That guy's done some job. George Lombard, the buzz around Major League Baseball, he is special. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, Yankees, Orioles, next on Prime. Well, the 37-year-old veteran Chris Bassitt strides to the mound. He'll begin his warm-ups and get set to face the Yankees in the middle game of this 3-game set. Here's the Yankee lineup that will face him. Trent Grisham leads off, then Ben Rice will DH. Good numbers lifetime against the Orioles. Luis Garcia at first will bat third. Ramos, Chisholm, and Jones. That's the middle of the order. And the bottom third has McMahon, Lombard, and Wells.
And here is the veteran right-hander, Chris Bassitt, 37 years old. Spent a lot of time on the IL this year, so an abbreviated season. Orioles are looking forward to getting him going down the stretch. And our pitcher scouting report brought to you by Farmers Insurance. And when you think about Bassitt, the choice is yours to get 7 different pitches, and then you never can tell. You're guessing if you're a hitter. He's had a long and winding road as a career.
And the pitch to Grisham is a strike. We're underway.
It's his 5th Major League team for Chris Bassitt.
One and one. Well, we detailed how important Grisham has been to this team. His hot streaks have really kept the Yankees afloat. It's been an up and down season for him. His batting average not where he wants it to be, but boy, does he get production late in games. He gets big, high leverage, late inning hits. The 2-1. Ground ball through for a base hit. Leadoff single to start the game for Trent Grisham. Take a look at the defense for the Orioles. Beavers is not a great defender at left, -8 defensive run save. Cowser is a good defender in center. Then you have Tavares in right. Mayo, Henderson, Holiday, and Pasayo off the IL will be playing first. Narvaez behind the plate. Alonso the DH, and Bassitt on the mound. There's Ben Rice. Pulled the string, and Rice way out in front. Ben has one hit in his last 20 at bats. That one hit was a big one in the 10th inning, the home run on Sunday against Toronto. Ground ball through for a base hit in the same hole, as Grisham will stop at second. First and second, nobody out.
Yeah, back to back. You could see Bassett throwing that two-seamer running away. Ben Rice gets out and hooks it right in the hole. See him reach out and get around that ball.
So here's Luis Garcia Jr. Home plate umpire is Ryan Wills. Let's see what he's all about. Neutral. 105 pitches have been challenged. 54 overturned. More low strikes and fewer high strikes. Wills in his 7th major league season. Ryan Addison at first. Jonathan Parra is the second base ump, and the crew chief Will Little is over third. Yankees have not scored in the first inning for 17 straight games. That's the 4th longest streak in franchise history, so they're trying to snap that one. Two and one.
Left-handed batters have always been kind of the Achilles heel for Bassett. This year, a .520 slugging percentage versus lefties, only .303 versus righties. So lefties trying to do damage.
Off the end of the bat, foul ball against the curve. Elliot Ramos on deck. Bassett missed over 2 months with a back injury. This is his second start off the IL. Went 5 1/3 the first start back. That was at Tampa Bay on August 14th. Ground ball, this could be 2. There's 1, and there's 2. As Grisham moves to third.
A good pitch by Bassett, jams him. Gets him on the ground. Just what he needed.
So here's Ramos, 16 games without an RBI. He's got one there at third if he wants to pick it up. And there's a strike. 12 games as a Yankee. It hasn't been great. 3 for 39. He has hit the ball hard, but at some point you want base hits. Ground ball to Holiday. And once again, the Yankees do not score in the first inning. 18 straight games. They leave one on base. Orioles come to bat. Back here in Baltimore, Yankees at first and second, nobody out, but they can't play to run, so we go to the bottom of the first inning. Will Warren's on the mound for the Yanks, and this will be the Orioles starting lineup against him. Jackson Holiday, followed by Pete Alonso and then Gunnar Henderson. The middle of the order, after missing 26 games with right shoulder inflammation, Samuel Basallo, then Mayo and Beavers. And the bottom of the order, Tavares, Cowser, and Narvaez. Yankees trying to get a road game roll call going.
And Will Warren towing the slab here at Camden Yards. You see the numbers on the year. Had a really good start, struggled a bit lately. We can tell you a little bit more in our scouting report brought to you by Farmers Insurance. And low rider, that's in reference to his fastball, his low release point. When he's good, he gets good action on that fastball and certainly hold the line. One of my favorite Toto songs of all time. All the other pitchers have really been spot on. Will Warren kind of needs to oye como va and join the party.
2 languages too. That's impressive. So this Yankee fan trying to get a roll call on the road. Doesn't seem like he's getting much traction, but give him credit for trying.
It looks like Chuck Barris from the Gong Show, doesn't he?
A little bit of that, yeah.
Where's the dancing bear?
Where's Gene the dancing machine?
Yes.
Now they're being shooed away. So here's Holiday against Will Warren. And a strike. This lineup is a test for Warren because there's so many lefty batters and switch hitters that will bat from the left side. Pitch outside. And the 1-1. They get some traction from the Yankee fans that have made their way south. The 2-1. 3-1 on Jackson Holiday. And there's ball 4, so Holiday works a walk to start the first. Check out the defense behind Warren. You've got Ramos, Grisham, and Jones left to right in the outfield. Infield, McMahon, Lombard, Chisholm, and Garcia. That's third to first. Wells behind the plate. Ben Rice is the Yankee DH. Will Warren is on the mound. So here's Pete Alonso. Brings a 10-game hitting streak into this one. Outside. Kind of been a tale of 2 seasons for Warren. First 12 starts had a 3.72 ERA. Last 12 starts, 5.87. Ben Rice is getting called out as well. I think it's taking the Yankees by surprise because they're not expecting it on the road. So Rice immersed in his iPad looking over that at bat. Fouled away. Well, now a Meredith roll call. A for effort, a little lower for execution. 2-2 on Pete Alonso. What we were talking about with the disparate splits. First 12 starts very dominant. Last 12 not that great. Hitting .310 against him. He served up many home runs too.
4 walks in his last start too, really. So it does come down to command.
And Alonso gets punched out, and he's going to immediately challenge. And he gets a challenge wrong. So 1 challenge remaining for the Orioles as Alonso down on strikes.
2-seamer runs right back to the outside corner at the top of the zone.
Here's Gunnar Henderson. One and 0. Just underway here in Baltimore. Snap throw to first. A nice pick there by Garcia, diving back Holiday, who has 6 stolen bases. To tell you how tightly packed the American League East is, the Orioles went into last night's game holding the 3rd wild card. They lost 3-1, and they dropped to 7th. So each game means so much. Yankees picked up a game on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay now 5 in the loss column ahead of the Yankees, and the Yankees remain 2.5 ahead of the Red Sox, who won last night.
Well, these are the dog days, and it is crowded.
And there's ball 4, so Henderson walks, and just like that, 2 walks by Will Warren here in the first inning. And here's Samuel Basallo. Been out since July 20th with right shoulder inflammation. Fouled away.
You know, we hear it every year. You hear pitching coaches say it. It sounds like a cliche, but it really is true. It's just about getting ahead for Will Warren. Pitching from behind and walking guys is a recipe for disaster. So jumped up 0-1 there on Basilio.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Holiday at second, Henderson at first.
High fastball there. See if he comes back with that changeup again.
Two and two.
Just kind of overthrew it. Right pitch.
And the pitch. Missed inside. And the count is full. Now the fact that the Yankees held the Orioles to 1 run yesterday, 6-4, 7 of the last 8. So their offense had come alive, but Rodon and all those Yankee relievers shut them down. Driven into center field and deep. Grisham back. He has room, makes the play. Tagging is Holiday. He'll go to third. So long out off the bat of Basallo, 2 away.
Got him in the deep part of the park. It's catfish hunter style. Up and away, get him to hit it in Death Valley. Especially lefties. Have a little visit here.
Yeah, early, right? So Mayo is up, and Mayo is not the same hitter against righties that he is against lefties. Had a home run in yesterday's game against Rodon, but against right-handed pitching this year, he's a 171 hitter. So Ryan Wills, the home plate umpire, marches out to the mound to break it up.
It's usually a simple explanation. You know, trouble with the curve. Righties on righties.
McMahon deep at third, fairly close to the line. Lombard shades in the hole. Pitch outside, 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Throw it hard, swing hard.
On 22 pitches, 14 of them out of the strike zone. Runner goes from first. The throw to second. Not in time. Coming home is Holiday with the stolen base and a run. So a double steal and a steal of home by Jackson Holiday, and it's 1-0 Orioles.
Another look. Usually you'll see the second baseman come up in front and cut that ball and go to home to cut out the runner at home. Maybe Jazz made a decision, thought he had him. It's the wrong decision. You usually see second basemen, react quickly. Cut it off, come to home.
The double steal gets the Orioles a run. And the count 2-2 now on Mayo.
There's certain plays, Michael, and Gene Stick Michael used to talk about high concentration players and anticipating the flow of the game. If this happens, I'm going to do this. Didn't seem like there was any of that on that play.
2-2. Strike three. Mayo down looking. But the Orioles get a run on 2 walks and 1 man left on base. Baltimore 1, the Yankees nothing as we go to the second. Well, this Saturday, it's the WNBA on Prime. Join us as the Indiana Fever take on the New York Liberty. That's a good game. Then it's the Connecticut Sun and the Los Angeles Sparks. The WNBA on Prime tips off Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. 1-0 Orioles. Jazz Chisholm Jr. leads off. 2 strikeouts yesterday. 142 strikeouts on the season for Jazz Chisholm. Last 17 games for Jazz, 8 hits and 56 at bats. That's 143. How about this, slugging at 196? During that time, just 1 extra base hit. That was a home run. So the count 0-2 on Jazz. 1-2.
You can see the pitchers kind of smell blood too, going right after him with high fastballs.
And you can see he's trying anything. Yesterday he had the pants all the way down. Now he's got them back up to the knees. He's just trying to change his luck in some way. It's not been a good August for him. And the 2-2 upstairs. And he works a walk. So a walk to Chisholm, who has 32 stolen bases.
From 0-2 count to 4 straight balls.
There's Spencer Jones. Oh and 1.
Well, we've seen Spencer Jones really throughout his career in the minor leagues and then in the big leagues so far, abbreviated, that when he gets in a groove and hits a home run, he hits them in bunches, and it's been a while since he's had one.
One and 1. You know, Yankees have an intriguing roster decision they have to make upcoming. Tomorrow, Cody Bellinger begins a rehab assignment. There's a good chance he could come off the IL sometime over the weekend at the stadium against Toronto. Somebody has to go. And Spencer Jones obviously has options, and he has been effective since being called up again. There are other moves they could make. Be interesting to see which way they go. And there's a base hit through the right side. Chisholm will go to third, and the Yankees play the corners. First and third, nobody out.
Yankee left-handed batters like this hole over here. Third hit by Yankee left-handed batters between second and first.
Well, two of the fastest Yankees are on base. Jazz at third. Spencer Jones is at first. Here's Ryan McMahon. And a strike. And he's going to challenge that.
Batter shot to the pitch.
An early challenge by McMahon. And he gets it right.
New York has 2 challenges remaining.
One and 1. Line. It's a base hit to right field. Now it's going to get Jazz Chisholm in. Moving to third is Jones. Going for 2 is McMahon. And he's out. Not quite sure why he went to second. That play was right in front of him. But moving to third is Jones, and the game is tied at 1. And he comes up walking somewhat gingerly.
And looking at his hand, too. Maybe he jammed his hand on the bag. Right here as he reaches. Ooh, kind of jammed his thumb right into the bag right there. His left thumb goes right to it.
Now the infield comes in for George Lombard Jr. Jones is at third base with 1 out. Dropped the breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 and 1.
You know, we mentioned that Bassett's kind of a kitchen sink guy. From 70 miles an hour, low 70s on his breaking stuff, to low 90s with his fastball and everything in between.
That'll get a run in. Tavares back. On the track, he makes the catch. Tagging is Jones. He'll score on the sac fly, and the Yankees lead 2-1.
Job well done. The kids are all right. Great approach from Lombard there.
Wells tries a push bunt, gets it in fair. Really nice play by Mayo to get the out at first. Good stretch by Basayo. So he tried to catch him sleeping, pushing a bunt to the third base side, and it was this close. But the out is made at first, but the Yankees have a lead.
Welcome back to Baltimore as we head to the bottom of the second. Ryan McMahon drove in a run last inning. However, when he dove into second base, he jammed his hand, as we saw, called out at second, but a run did score on the play. Immediately after that, he went into the dugout and down the steps with the Yankees trainer. He spent the rest of the top of the inning down there, coming out just before everyone else took the field. I asked him if his hand was okay. He looked at me and said, "I think so. We'll see." Did a couple warm-up throws here, and he seems to be okay. But guys, something to keep an eye on throughout the course of this game.
Absolutely. And he's out there, and you can see he was grabbing at the thumb, and I think his knee is bloody too on the slide.
It looked like it was his left hand, left thumb,
Right.
that was affected, so that won't affect his throwing. We'll see how he swings the bat next time up.
1-2. Beavers grounds it to first, kicks foul. So Warren gave up a run in the first. Yankees got it right back as they lead 2-1. The one constant for the Yankees, and you know, we've said it a lot, is their pitching holds down the opposition. And yesterday was the 50th time the Yankees allowed 2 runs or fewer in a game. And that's tied with the Braves and the Brewers for the most in baseball. That's really good pitching. Now, they don't score a lot, and in games where they score 3 runs or fewer, they're 17-39. And you say, well, is that good? Well, that's a .304 winning percentage. The best in baseball is Tampa Bay at .308. The major league mark for that kind of scoring is .212. So the Yankees are maximizing, despite the fact that they're not scoring runs, as Beavers down looking.
Yeah, those are great numbers. Yeah, that really illustrates a great point. You can see running back to the inside corner, Warren's two-seamer.
Here's Leody Taveras. Shows bunts third base side. Fielded by McMahon, and he can't get the throw off strong enough as Taveras beats it out. McMahon and Warren kind of got tangled up in each other. Been an eventful couple of half innings for McMahon.
Yes. Can't stay off the ground. Another look. McMahon's playing in. He's got a good read, and Warren doesn't really know that.
Looks like he tripped over Warren. We're trying to avoid Warren.
Yeah, I think he just had to stutter step to get around him. At that point, there's no real play.
So Taveras with the bunt single, and here's Colton Cowser. There's a strike.
It kind of felt like Warren had a better shot at it, but McMahon got such a good jump on it and was at full steam.
Well, he really fell down kind of hard on his right shoulder.
Yeah, as awkward as the slide was into second, that was just as awkward.
Into right center on the run is Grisham, and he's going to throw to first, try to get the double play. Just getting back is Taveras. Tavares way off the bag, almost all the way to second. Obviously misread that, thought it was going to fall in, but did get back.
It's just a great play by Trent Grisham. Watch his glove work. It looks like he's not going to get there. He'll raise his glove up and go, I'm not going to get there. Just that little deke set up almost a double play. I've seen Grisham do that a lot this year. I mean, that's anticipating the flow of the game right there. Almost got it done. All it takes is a little subtle move. Hey, I'm not going to get there. He's raised his glove up, and oh, he had him. Had a step. Almost. Good job by Trent Grisham there.
Here's Narvaez, pitches high. Since coming over from the Red Sox in the Rushman deal, 3 for 33 for Narvaez. Tavares took a stutter step towards second. He has 10 stolen bases. Then he headed back to first. Two and one. Two. And more problems with the pitch count. You know, David, we talk a lot, and baseball talks a lot about pace of game. This doesn't help pace of game. This stuff has to be figured out where it's just automatic. It should not be blitzing or in and out on an inning-to-inning basis. It slows the game down.
It does. Valid point.
Swing and a miss. Narvaez down on strikes. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Will Warren. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Chases upstairs as we go to the top of the 3rd. Well, Yankee fans, vote for the mini dessert chicken bucket. So good. Fill in your ballpark bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these bites in stadium. Voted ML. Top of the 3rd inning, it's 2-1 Yankees.
You ever try chicken fingers with corn flakes?
Well, that's kind of what this is.
Is it?
It's the ice cream, and to make it look like breading, it's kind of a cornflake on there. But I've never tried chicken fingers that way. Is it good?
Yes, really good.
Trent Grisham leads off. Jumps on the first pitch and fouls it back. Led off the game with a single through the right side of the infield. Had all 3 RBIs in last night's game, a home run and a 2-run single.
I don't think anybody thought the original trade when Grisham came over with Soto that Grisham would still be playing everyday center field here after these years. Really remarkable. Almost considered a throw-in in the Soto deal. Now is an integral part of the Yankees offense. We always knew he could play center field. And he's come up big for the Yankees as of late when they really need it.
Two and two. You know, Bassett really stepped up last year in the postseason for Toronto. He had 7 relief appearances with a 1.04 ERA. And he handled essentially being demoted from the starting rotation very well. He said, okay, I'll help you out of the bullpen, and he did. He signed a 1-year, $18.5 million deal with the Orioles, but injuries have derailed his season. Good battle here. So the injuries that Bassett's had in this season will snap a streak of 5 seasons where he's made 27 or more starts. 7th best in the majors over that time. He won't hit that number this time. Chopped to second base, Holiday. One down. So here's Ben Rice, single in the first inning. One and 0. Bassett has good history against the Yankees. In 9 starts, a 2.06 ERA. Two one.
Very old school approach from Bassett. You know, you just cannot guess with him. Not overpowering at all, but he's a mix master and movement specialist, and when he's on, you cannot guess.
Three and one on Rice. Two-one Yankees lead. Won the first game of this 3-game set last night, 3-1. And they are 2-2 so far on what will be a 6-game road trip. They lost 2 out of 3 in Toronto. Monday was an off day, and they took the first one here in Baltimore. Still 3-2.
Kind of settled in for a full week here in Baltimore, haven't we?
Yeah.
Got here on Sunday, Monday off day. We'll get home Friday.
It's like in the minors now. When you go on the road, you go on the road for a week. And the Yankees a couple weeks ago, they were in Chicago for a full week.
Yeah.
4 against the White Sox and 3 against the Cubs.
See a lot of players brought their families. See a lot of kids at the hotel pool.
And the payoff. High fly ball. Deep right center. Oh, way back there. See ya. That is about as long a home run as you are going to see. A solo blast by Rice. And it's 3-1 Yankees. .431 feet.
That deserves a Phil Rizzuto. Holy cow. Couldn't even see where that landed. It went so far.
I think that might have cleared the seats, David, and landed in that pavilion.
I think you're right.
Shattered bat. And a foul ball. That goes all the way out to Bassett.
Another look. Off the bat, it's about 110 miles an hour. And the classic Ben Rice finish when he gets it. Watch the recoil with the bat back up high. That's when you know he got it. He feels it right there off the sweet spot of the bat. And by the time it lands, way out there, it's 431 feet.
Yeah, cleared the seats. That's impressive.
A monster blast.
That's punched into center field. It's a base hit for Garcia. Kind of one-handed that ball.
Yes, he did. You see that ball's off speed, a little split finger off speed. He just reaches out and a little fillet. Take the knock and run. Talked about Bassett's problems with left-handed batters this year in particular. It's showing up tonight.
You talk about a guy who needs a hit and an RBI, the guy at the plate, Elliot Ramos. He wants to show the Yankees what he's about. They have not seen that yet. He's 3 for 40 as a Yankee. And as Paul O'Neill could tell you, you can tell him all you want about how hard the ball's hit, but if it doesn't fall in, it's an out. And he wants to get hits. The Yankees want him to get hits. You know what? There's a hit. Dunks one into right field.
Well, that's a start.
And it wasn't hard hit.
It was not hard hit, exactly. And look how good they feel about it, right? Something tangible. Just fought it off. Right up the trademark. Dunkin' Donuts.
He wants the ball. Line and caught by a lunging Basayo. And he takes a double away from Jazz Chisholm. That's another guy who needs a hit, and he hit the ball very well, but just a hard out. Here's Spencer Jones. 1-0.
Not too many pitchers in the big leagues that throw that slow of a curve anymore. Hard to wait. 70 miles an hour, 71.
One and two.
Still a little buzz in the crowd from that Ben Rice homer.
First and second, 2 outs, 2-2 count on Spencer Jones. He singled in the second. Yankees lead 3-1. Swing and a miss. Well, let's take another gander at Ben Rice's blast. He just crushes the ball, headed for the pavilion. Nice home run for him. Big run for the Yankees. Friday nights are for the NWSL on Prime. This Friday, the San Diego Wave take on the Utah Royals in a can't-miss matchup at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime. Yankees lead 3-1, and it's over in Boston in 10 innings. The Diamondbacks salvaged the final game of their 3-game set with the Red Sox. They win that one 7-6. Top of the order for the Orioles against Will Warren. Here's Jackson Holliday. Pitch is high. Holliday walked and came around to score on a stolen base of home. The back end of a double steal. Fouled into the seats. 1-1.
The proverbial shutdown inning for a starting pitcher. You've been staked a lead. You want to get that momentum and run with it.
Right back to Warren. One away.
That's what gives your team confidence behind you. You come out with that lead, you start throwing strikes, get a quick out, attack the zone.
Here's Pete Alonso, struck out looking in the first inning, challenged the strike 3, but Ryan Wilson, home plate umpire, got it right. 0-1. ...28 home runs, 81 runs batted in. Tonight, his 543rd consecutive game played. Only Matt Olson has a longer active streak. Been DHing the last couple of games, had a cramp while playing first in the calf. So they just want to make sure and keep him off his feet for defense. Bruce Henderson, he has a lot of game on his uniform already. 1-2. Fouled away and out of play. We mentioned Pete with a 10-game hitting streak. Came in 19 for 38. That's 500. It's a pretty good hitting streak. Two and two. Now Warren might have got a little bit of a reprieve, because it seemed like when Rodon was going to come back that it probably would be Warren, because Weathers has been so lights out as the starter, to go into the bullpen. But the fact that Fried went on the IL allows him to stay with Warren as one of the starting 5.
Yeah, that's a great point. Weathers has been so good as of late, and I think down the stretch run here, Yankees are hopeful they'll get Max Fried back at some point in the middle of September.
High drive, right center field. That's going to go. See ya. A long home run for Alonso. And it's 3-2 Yanks.
Alonso's famous for his opposite field power, and he just showed it off right there.
Well, that's an impressive way to extend a hitting streak. That home run makes it 11 straight, and he's 20 for his last 40. That's his 29th home run.
The 423 feet the other way. Impressive for the polar bear.
One and one on Gunnar Henderson.
Another look. Right out over the plate, middle away, belt high. Alonso grabs his barrel and flips it. You can see it really just comes down to command for Warren. The pitch is not where he's trying to throw it.
Count full on Henderson. Likes hitting against the Yankees. 14th career home run in his 41st game. Foul back.
And Michael, you just talked about Pete Alonso's production. He also has been huge in that Orioles clubhouse, especially in talking to the guy at the plate right now, Gunnar Henderson, who has seen his share of struggles offensively this season. Many thought that he was really pressing, trying to do too much to get going earlier in the season. And Pete Alonso finally walked up to him and said, you do not have success at this level without a little bit of failure. You need to learn how to fail and bounce back from it. And to Henderson's part, he really hadn't experienced that at a big level. At that point in time, he made a little tweak to his swing. He had more of an uppercut swing, kind of evened it out a little bit, and he has seen some success. But he really credits Alonso with taking him under his wing and trying to get him right and get him in the right mindset at the plate.
Hit sharply and past Garcia into right field. Cut off by Jones. Going for second is Henderson, and he makes it ahead of the tag by George Lombard Jr. A double for Henderson.
Another look. Right in the middle, kind of a two-seamer that just kind of stayed, kind of took a seat right there, and Henderson just hammered it. And he can run with a belly flop into second.
Well, here's Basayo. Tying runs at second. 0-1. He's in the air there.
Yes.
Airborne.
Pete Rose style.
One and one. And that hit him. So Basayo gets clipped. Boone wants to look at the replay to see if he in fact did. Like he might have gotten clipped, but now it looks like they're challenging it.
New York is challenging the call of hit by pitch.
I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
It almost has to go by sound, really.
Basayo automatically turned around and said he got hit. There doesn't seem to be any redirection of the ball.
Well, Wells did catch it kind of funny. The ball kind of went into his web. I don't know if there's anything definitive there you can use. This shot will be good. Oof, maybe.
That didn't look like it hit him. Maybe he felt the breeze and
it's possible.
Just, you know.
Absolutely, that's possible. That was a great shot we just saw there. That might be something that they could really sink your teeth into.
Now remember, the call on the field, he got hit. So they have enough to say that he didn't.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner was hit by the pitch.
So much of the challenges, David, I think come down to the call on the field. Because if that was that he wasn't hit and the Orioles had challenged, I don't think they would have overturned it.
I agree completely. With that last view, I thought, wow, that's one you probably could overturn. I'm obviously wrong.
So first and second, still one out. And here's Mayo, who struck out looking in the first inning. And a strike. You know, you might say, well, why is Mayo in there? He struggles so much against righties. Well, everybody on the bench is right-handed, so there had to be a righty in there against Warren. You couldn't stack them all lefties. And I'm sure that Albernaz thinks, well, he could run into one. Henderson's at second. Basayo is at first. Alonso's home run makes it 3-2. Still in the bottom of the third. Popped up behind the plate. Wells gives it a look. Oh, and he ran hard into that barrier there, as if he didn't expect it to come up that quickly.
Yeah, right in the on-deck circle, too. So you've got some donuts, some material there, and then a gut shot.
Hit sharply foul. Still 0-2. One and two, making Warren work. Yankees have 7 hits and the Orioles 3.
Pitch number 70 about to be delivered.
And 30 for this inning. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball. Big out for Warren and the Yankees.
Got him to chase. The ball's in the other batter's box. That shows you how much the sweeper of Warren's breaks. That a lot of movement.
Now to bring up Dylan Beavers. Struck out looking in the second. Beavers missed 43 games with a right oblique strain. And now Ryan Yarborough's up. One and one. Well, they got 4 innings out of the starter yesterday. And that's because Rodon just came off the IL. They held him to 66 pitches. And obviously, using 5 relievers yesterday, they would have preferred to get some length out of Warren. At this point, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Pitch count's pretty high right now.
Catcher's challenging the pitch.
All right, so that's called the ball. And Austin Wells says, no, I'm going to challenge.
There's the ball. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
And he gets that wrong. So both teams now have 1 challenge remaining. Wells has been correct in 62% of his challenges. Major league average for catchers has been 58%. Fly ball right field. Jones is there to make the play, so he works out of further trouble. The Alonso home run makes it 3-2 Yanks. Well, come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 22nd, when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays for Hello Kitty Day. First 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Hello Kitty bobblehead, courtesy of Toyota. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Well, we go to the 4th inning, 3-2 Yankees over the Orioles. Bottom third of the Yankee order. Ryan McMahon takes a pitch outside from Bassett. 7 hits over 3 innings for the Yankees. That's an offensive explosion of late. But still just 3 runs. They lead by 1. McMahon had an RBI single in the 2nd inning. Down the right field line. Tried to turn it into 2. He got thrown out. And adding insult to injury, or injury to insult, is he jammed his left hand sliding in, and also drew blood on his knee on the slide as well, but he remains in the game.
Yeah, if he can still swing the bat, then he's okay. It's been this kind of night for both starting pitchers. They've labored throwing strikes, a lot of pitches, a lot of deep counts on both sides.
And the count full. Lombard on deck. Strike 3. Takes one seemingly right down the middle. 1 away.
Well, I was anxious to see him swing the bat to check his thumb, but we never saw it. So we'll have to wait till next at bat.
Kind of right down the pipe.
A little two-seamer running back.
There's Lombard, sac fly to right in the 2nd. There's a strike. Picked up his 4th RBI. Now he made a play in the hole at shortstop yesterday on Encarnacion Strand and got him by about 3 feet at first base. And there's a replay that's kind of gone viral of Rodon looking at Lombard and telling him how good he thinks he is in kind of colorful language. And it's rare that players do that on the field. Swing and a miss. Lombard down on strikes. And here's the defensive play that elicited the response from Rodon. And clean it up a bit, David. Rodon pretty much told him, "You're a bad man."
Yes, pretty much.
And Michael, I actually asked George Lombard Jr. about the comments from Rodon, and he said he didn't even see it live, obviously, but a bunch of people sent it to him, and he said, hey, it's pretty cool when a veteran praises you like that and you get a recognition from a teammate and a guy that's a 3-time All-Star. But for him, he feels comfortable out there defensively. We have seen it offensively. He has by no means been overmatched. He's been productive, and he said every day he's just trying to get a little bit better out there on the field.
Well, pretty much mission accomplished. He's impressed a lot of people. And we've always heard he was a very good defender, that he was defensive ready even last year. They were waiting for the bat to catch up, and he certainly has not been overmatched at all offensively.
Michael, just 13 games in, he truly has fit in seamlessly out there. And you mentioned the defense. Everybody has been impressed. And speaking to Ryan McMahon about it, he said, I'm not surprised at all. I watched him all spring training. He looked like he belonged then, and you'll see it again right here with Rodon's reaction that he made right there. And Rodon was asked about it after the game, and Michael, he did not repeat it, in case you were wondering.
Well, I certainly hope the kids watching on Prime don't read lips. He just said you're a bad man.
Yeah, with the incredulous look on his face, really. Just his body language told the story. He was stunned.
High fly ball off the bat of Wells. Does Cowser see it? He doesn't have to, because Tavares makes the play. Yankees go down in order against Bassett. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Chloe, who had the chance to meet Jorge Posada during Old Timers Day. Pretty cool. Chloe looks so happy. So does Jorge. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees. And you know what? We might spotlight you in a future game like we did Chloe. 3-2 Yankees lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. As always, a lot of Yankee fans make their way south. The Yankee fan holding an Oriole baby. All right, so she's a Yankee fan, I'm told, and the button says this is my first Oriole game. Tavares takes a strike. Now, speaking of youngsters and kids, Meredith, you got to tell the Andy Pettitte story.
I was like, where are we going here, Michael? Well, as we know, Andy Pettitte, known for his 18 seasons on the mound. Well, he has a son that was drafted by the Yankees in the 8th round of the July draft, and he made his professional debut with the Tampa Tarpons yesterday. And what a debut it was, Michael. 2 for 3 in that one, including his first home run. Let's first, though, take a look back. August of 2006. That's Andy Pettitte right there. Chan-Ho Park takes it to right field.
Wow.
That is his first and only home run. So in this case, like father, like son.
Hit sharply, knocked down there by Jazz. Picks it out of the air and turns it into an out.
Nice pack, short hop. Got enough glove on it to hold it down, pick it up and throw him out.
And there we go, Michael. We're back in Tampa. Luke Pettit sending that one out for his first home run in his professional career. And don't you worry, Dad Andy was on hand to watch that alongside his mom. Pretty cool moment. You imagine that he had to be as nervous as Luke was in that first game, him watching his son in a professional league for the first time. And this is the first time we saw a former Yankee pitcher watch his son homer. CC Sabathia's son homered the other day. He is with the Brewers organization, so pretty cool.
Very cool. And Andy Pettit's son is actually a pitcher also, coming back from Tommy John surgery. So in his last year of college, he said, he didn't want to miss it completely. And he hit very, very well. So he's got the hit skill, and obviously he can pitch, and he's going to start throwing soon. So an exciting prospect for the Yanks. Does that make you feel as old as it makes me feel?
Yeah, that's not good.
2-2.
Got sons of big leaguers everywhere nowadays. See, Roger Clemens' son, Cody Clemens, has turned into quite a player.
The Lombard family, obviously. Holiday, second baseman for the Orioles. We can go on and on. That one is sky to left field. Going back, Ramos. Still back. Reaches up to make the play. Ran it down. Finished on the warning track to retire Cowser.
That was really well done. Off a left-hander's bat that's going to slice away from you, so he immediately turns the right way and stays that way and plays the little slice very well. Chases it down and accounts for the movement and goes and gets it.
Narvaez takes the pitch up and away. One and one. And the count is 2-2 with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yankees 3, Orioles 2.
And Will Warren desperately needs a 1-2-3 inning here. Pitch number 89 on the way in a minute.
And now he'll go to 90 as the count goes full. High fly ball, center field. Grisham there and puts it away as Warren works a 1-2-3 inning, helped out by this play by Elliot Ramos to retire Cowser for out number 2. While streaming live Yankee games on Yes with the Gotham Sports app, you can purchase a subscription directly from the Amazon Channel store or download the app at gothamsports.tv and stream for free with an eligible TV subscription. Does he have one more inning in him? Probably what they're talking about. Grisham will lead off for the 3rd time tonight here in the 5th inning. Singled in the 1st and grounded to 2nd in the 2nd.
Look at Will Warren's outings over the year. His high pitch count, 98 pitches. He hasn't broken 100 yet all year. So be interesting choice. It's a close call right here.
I'm looking out toward the Yankee bullpen. I don't see anybody warming up at this point. Obviously, this is early in the half inning, so they could get somebody up.
Yarborough's been up, so he's pretty much ready.
Warren looks like he's not out. Two and two on Grisham.
Well, either way, it's going to be another long bullpen game for the Yankees. They're going to have to cover. After covering 5 innings last night, they're going to be pretty close tonight.
High drive down the right field line, but the seats foul. Gave that a ride. And Bassett deals.
Just looks like Trent Grisham seeing the ball so well now. Good takes, not chasing.
Strike three. You can see he's thinking about challenging, but too late now. That'll bring up Rice, and we'll take a look at the Spectrum exit velocity on his monstrous home run in the third. 110.2 off the bat, traveling 431 feet.
Kind of felt like more than that, didn't it? Looked like a 500-foot home run. It was so high, though, majestic.
Grounded to first, Masayo. 2 outs. Garcia wrapped into a double play in the first and singled to center in the third.
The Yankees may be thinking about changing lanes. Looks like Tim Hill's down there warming up now.
Two 2-0 on Garcia. 24 home runs, 79 runs batted in. Two and one. Grounded first. Masayo takes it himself, and the Yankees go down in order. So Bassett has retired 8 in a row. We're halfway through. 3-2. Well, that'll do it for Will Warren as he battles through 4 innings. He turns over a 3-2 lead to the bullpen. It's time for a call to the bullpen, brought to you by Taco Bell. And first out of the bullpen for the Yankees tonight will be Tim Hill. And I'll start with the top of the order. Holiday, Alonso, and Henderson. And he tries a drag bunt and misses. 0-1. It's strange. The Yankees have had so much traffic on the bases, and they have the 7 hits. It seems like they're leading by a lot, but it's just a 1-run game as they lead 3-2. And the bullpen's going to have to be lights out again, as it was yesterday. Fly ball, left field, going back Ramos, and makes the play.
This time you got to get around the other way. Lefty, the slice, had plenty of time to do it there on this one.
So here's Pete Alonso. Long home run his last time up, hit it to right field, his 29th of the year. And there's a strike. Two and one. Look, the backswing might have gotten a piece of Wells, and Alonso checked on him.
Well, we've seen Tim Hill kind of mix in those sliders every now and then. There was one up and in, and it caught Alonso by surprise.
Ground ball, backhanded there by Lombardi. Bobbles, regains, fires, got it. He plays such a clean shortstop, David, that when something like that happens, you're almost startled.
Had the right guy running, so he had plenty of time to reload. But yes, you're right. Just a transfer, a little bobble, goes to the ground, does a panic, up, and he's got the arm strength and time to do it.
Anderson takes a strike. Bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees up by 1. Ground ball to Jazz. Takes his time, flips to first, and Tim Hill works a 1-2-3 inning. Let's go to the 6th. Let's take a look around the league, presented by Spectrum. What's going on with Paul Skeens? 3 runs in 4 1/3 today. Look at the ERA in his last 10 starts. Tampa Bay leading tonight, but lost 4 of the last 5 games. And Milwaukee defeated Seattle 22-0 last night. Tied for the largest shutout since 1888. Ramos leads off against Bassett as we start the 6th. So, David, I'll ask you, what's going on with Paul Skeens?
Well, he's lost velocity, and he's going to have to learn how to pitch without that top-notch power stuff. There's a difference between, throwing the ball consistently in the upper 90s and then instead the mid 90s. Still good, but more hittable this year, obviously. Gonna have to make adjustments. First key question, is he healthy? Is there something going on? Why the drop in the velo? It's not a mile an hour or so. It's a full 2 to 3 miles an hour off of his top-notch velocity in the last few years.
Now in his loop to right field, it is a foul ball.
You get used to pitching a certain way, Michael, with certain stuff, and then you don't have it anymore, or you lose a little bit off of it. It's almost like you got to learn how to use all your pitches again in a different manner. That's what happened to me in the year 2000. I just couldn't figure it out. I lost, my skills diminished. You know, that's not, I'm not sure that's the case with Skeens because he's younger, but it was a tough adjustment late in my career to kind of come to terms with, you know what, your stuff's not as good as it once was, and you got to figure out a different way to do it.
But as you said, you were older and you had a lot of innings on you. I just wonder that the way these guys throw now, can Mizorowski throw like this for 2 or 3 years, that hard, that consistently? Can Skeens, or does the body say, no, this is not normal?
It's a valid point.
Down goes Ramos.
You can see this big fork ball floating in there, knuckling in there.
Jazz Chisholm fouls one off. And you worry about it because, you know, baseball needs stars like Paul Skeens. Especially in a market like that, you want Skeens to be Skeens. And he has not been for about 10 starts now. And as you said, the most important thing is he healthy. And if he is, then that becomes even more puzzling. 0-2. Ground ball, base hit. His bats have looked much better today. The walk, the hard line drive to Basayo, and now base hit.
We've seen Bassett go to that two-seamer a lot on lefties, trying to start it in and get it to the inside corner. This one ran out towards the middle and down where Jazz likes it.
Swing and a miss. You know, that 2000 season for you, I know everybody that watched and had seen you be dominant, we were all puzzled. I mean, were you crushed? I mean, was it just tough to take?
Oh, yes. Still haven't recovered from it all these years later. Yeah. We obviously didn't have the big data or the information that they have today, but I did see something recently that just showed how much the velocity dropped, and the overall movement of my pitches just really diminished.
And your arm was fine?
It felt okay. I just didn't have the stuff I once did.
One and two.
So therefore, every mistake you made didn't get fouled off. It got hit out of the ballpark. I had one game where I tried to copy El Duque. I wore my pants like El Duque in the middle of that stretch. I even had a leg kick like El Duque. I tried to change everything, and that didn't work. George sent me down to Tampa after that. Gave me a little reset, a break.
And you were still able to get one of the biggest outs in the World Series.
I came back. It was okay down the stretch, and then dislocated my left shoulder, but did get something done in the postseason. One pitch, one batter. My last pitch is a Yankee.
Swinging a foul tip into the glove of Narvaez as Jazz took off and steals second base. So it's a 33rd stolen base, and that'll be the last pitch for Bassett.
You know, that big slow curveball just cannot wait on, but it's a good pitch to run on for Jazz.
So he left Bassett in to face Jones. And he's going to take the ball from Bassett with another lefty coming up, Ryan McMahon. So a tough outing for Bassett. He battled, and he leaves a very tight game. Time to name that Yankee. This is a 9. I had no clue. And then when I was told the answer, David, I still had no clue.
And that's a 9.
This one's not easy.
Oh, yeah.
You got it?
I think I got it.
Wow. Grant Wolfram, one of the two lefties in the bullpen, comes on to face Ryan McMahon. Jazz Chisholm at second with 2 outs. Oh, 0-1. He struggled since the end of June, 9.95 ERA. Yesterday, the other lefty, Josh Walker, also struggled, and that led to the 2 runs in the 9th inning. That's impressive if you got this one.
Yeah, you know, when you look at those numbers, obviously a reliever, probably left-handed.
One and 2.
Rick Rhoden trade, maybe?
Yeah, you're correct. You got it. Wow. Now, our producer, Troy Benjamin, always brings his phone down to the bench and shows Boone, because Boone likes to play. And I'd never heard Boone say this, so Boone sees it, sees the 9 in the right-hand corner, go, oh, a 9-piece McNugget. 2-2. Nubbed in front of the plate. Narvaez. And that'll do it as Wolfram gets McMahon. No runs a hit. Now 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Bottom of the 6th inning. Basayo swings and misses. Hill's still in there. Worked a 1-2-3 5th inning in relief of Will Warren. One and 2. If you looked at the standings when you woke up today, there are only 4 teams in the American League. As Basayo waves at that one, 4 teams in the American League that are 500 or better. That's unbelievable. That's out of 15 teams.
And they're all in the wild card run. Nice job by Tim Hill.
Now with Mayo coming up, they'll go to the right-hander. Hill retired all 4 batters he faced. All right, it's time to name that Yankee. And David, you say you have this.
Yeah, lefty reliever Pat Clement.
Plural.
Yes, Clements.
Look at you. Got a 9.
Got a 9. Quiz show style, though.
Kind of curled the ball behind his back.
Yeah, drop it down, try to hide it, sling it in there.
And now Fernando Cruz in to face Kobe Mayo, and the pitch is inside. Traded to the Yankees in the Rick Rhoden deal with Rhoden and Guante for Doug Drabek, Easley and Fisher. And then traded to the Padres on the Jack Clark deal.
Did you see the movie Quiz Show?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I got that answer.
Two and one. So I was talking to Jeremy Schaap today, who won Sports Jeopardy a couple of weeks ago. How do you think you'd do?
Not great.
Really?
Yeah.
You're pretty smart, though.
Yeah, but there's lanes I'm good at. You know, you pick. I don't think I have the depth or the broadness to be able to be good at that.
Even Sports Jeopardy?
I love Jeopardy, though. I used to watch it before I pitched every night.
Really?
Yeah, with the Mets. It's part of our pregame routine.
Two.
Actually met Alex Trebek. He came out for batting practice because he knew we were big fans of the show. He was great.
So as you're preparing to start, you would sit there. So I guess what was it at 7?
6 o'clock back then.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had like a half hour before. You know, I had something where I could just relax my mind.
Swing and a miss. Big cut as Mayo down on strikes.
In honor of singing the great Ken Singleton, Tumbling Dice, on that split finger. There's also a great Rolling Stone song.
One and 0 on Dylan Beavers. So let me get this straight. I'm a little confused. Did somebody give you the answer? That's what Quiz Show was about. So I'm sitting here all impressed. Wow.
Little birdie in my ear.
You sold it beautifully. Oh yeah, I know that. Mm. Three and 0 on Beavers.
Just a complete fugazi.
And a strike. One more out in this inning, and the Yankees still have to carry or cover 9 outs. Only at the bottom of the 6th, they lead by 1, 3-2. High fly ball, left field and deep. Ramos back, still back on the track at the wall. Tie game. Beavers the other way. A solo shot. It's 3-3.
Well, this is well struck the other way. And hit to the perfect part of the ballpark. A little further left. It stays in. You can see the nooks and crannies out there to the left of that 363. It stays in. But that was well struck.
One and two. He's been struggling lately, as you can see by those numbers. That's why you're seeing him in the 6th inning. You would see him in the 7th and the 8th. I think that Blackburn has kind of replaced him in the level of trust, and he's not throwing strikes, and he does give up some home runs now. Maybe it's a little fatigue. Maybe he'll work through it. One, two. Right field. That's in there for base hit. Jones plays it off the wall. Taveras will go to second. The throw. Not in time. Somehow, Taveras stayed connected to the bag. So a double for the Orioles right fielder.
And another look at the slide. Does he stay on? Oh, he came off and he got back on.
David, why is this such an issue now? Do people not know how to slide?
I think everybody's into the trick slide, so they wait too late to slide, and they think that maybe I could do like a, some sort of okey-doke move.
Maybe it's because of the challenge. Maybe this happened all the time and it was never caught.
Part of it, just late. Really, guys are much later in going into their slide.
Cowser takes a strike. Yankees have been victimized by it a lot. Jason Dominguez, people popping up on slides and then disconnecting with the bag, and the infielders know enough to keep the tag on. That was bounced up there. Really nice play by Wells.
And that's way in front of home plate there. It's the only way he could block it.
One and two. Hedrick and Yarbrough up for the Yanks. One, two, swing and a miss. Got him on the splitter, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Beavers home run ties it at 3 as we go to the 7th. Well, the Yankees return to Prime next Wednesday. Take on the Astros. Don't miss a minute of the Yankees beginning at 6:30, only on Prime. We're here at Camden Yards, where the game is tied at 3 as we go into the 7th inning. So it's in the hands of the bullpen for both teams. And Rico Garcia will take over for the Orioles. He was so dominant through May, but since then, a 5.93 ERA in 31 games since June. Lombard rips one past Mayo and into left field, a base hit for the Yankee shortstop.
First pitch hack, drilled.
Mayo with no time to react. Lombard has one stolen base. Here's Wells. Wells is 0 for 2. One and 0. Ground ball and grabbed there by Basayo. And he will beat Wells to the bag, moving to second. Lombard. Basayo's played a pretty good first base.
Well, Yankee left-handed hitters have worn out this hole, and this one was a really nice play. We've seen him do the splits tonight on a stretch, and snags that one and gets back to the bag.
Made a nice diving play on the line drive by Jazz. Ticketed for the right field corner, so far so good. Go ahead runs at second base, and here's Mr. Lead-In and clutch, Trent Grisham. 1 for 3 tonight. One and 0. Bassett started, went 5 2/3. Wolfram came on to get the final out of the 6th, and now Garcia. Hedrick still throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Foul back here and out of play. High leverage situation since last year. He's been money. The 786 slug leads MLB.
It's a nice stat to have, right? Doing damage late.
High fly ball. Taveras tagging Lombard. Taveras makes the catch, and Lombard just draws the throw, cut off by Henderson. There's Ben Rice, 2 hits in 3 at-bats. One of the 2 hits, a long home run over 430 feet. That came in the 3rd inning. Now first base is open. You've got Garcia on deck. And Narvaez goes out and talks things over with Garcia. Take a look at that home run. You can enjoy it again.
Up on the pavilion. Over the pavilion. I need a recount on the 431.
431's a little short.
Yeah, I don't know. It was hit high though.
Alex Hoppe warming up. Swings over the curveball. Count 0-1.
Rico Garcia is a 4-pitch pitcher, but against lefties, you can kind of see that fastball changeup. It's kind of his go-to.
Big cut by Rice. Foul ball, and the count 1-2. Garcia deals. And the count 2-2. And the pitch. Strike three. Rice down looking. No runs ahead. One man left. Time for the 7th inning stretch in Baltimore. 3-3. Well, now it's time for the 7th inning recap brought to you by Car Shield. Yankees have 9 hits and 3 runs. The Orioles 5 hits and 3 runs. Will Warren won 4. Bassett 5 2/3. Ben Rice has had a big night. Dylan Beaver's home run against Fernando Cruz tied the game at 3 in the 6th inning. That's where we are right now as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And a tradition here for the 7th inning stretch. Thank God I'm a country boy by John Denver. Another tradition for the 7th inning. We see a lot of Brent Hedrick. He's been money for the Yankees. You see that 1.57 ERA. Tyler O'Neill is going to pinch it for Carlos Narvaez.
Another heavy workload day for the Yankees bullpen.
Big cut. Quickly 0-2 on the pinch hitter O'Neill.
It's the story of his season right there. How many times have we seen Hedrick come in and do exactly that? Get right to 0-2.
Crowd of 26,453 on this Wednesday evening at Camden Yards. A 3-3 game. Now 2-2. High fly ball right field coming in. And Jones puts it away. It was Jackson Holliday. Walked and scored in the 1st inning. Actually stole home. Back end of a double steal. Grounded back to the mound. And then a fly ball to left. Hedrick deals. 0-1.
Jackson Holliday still just 22 years old. Made his debut back in 2024. Still got the baby face. Still has time to develop into the player they think he's going to be, too.
Yeah, when you're the #1 overall pick, they expect you to be a star, and that has not happened as of yet. But as David said, still very young. Backhanded there by Jazz. Fires to first, and they get Holliday for out number 2.
Holliday runs well, so there's no margin for error. You got to backhand it and get it over there. So well done.
So here's Pete Alonso. Driven deep to left field. Fair ball. It's gone. And it is foul. Will Little with the dramatic foul call. And Albernaz says, listen, talks to the other umpire. I think that was fair. That was hit so high and far it was over the foul pole.
We're going to have to take another look at this one.
This is a crew chief review of the call, foul ball.
That's got a chance to be overturned from that view. Alonso can't believe it.
Well, they are going to have a crew chief review. That looks fair. Looks like it's on the right side. For the Yankees, the wrong side of the pole. Little was so emphatic that it was foul. Kind of convinced everybody, but not Albernaz and Alonso. Alonso saying that's fair. He's watching it on the big board in center field, and it looks like it's fair. Seems pretty clear, right?
That pretty clear to me.
Not quite sure why it's taking this long.
Well, this is what the replay's for these type of plays. Originally, it's how it kind of started, fair or foul. Big home runs late in games.
Just for kicks, he should start running around the bases.
After review, the call in the field stands. It's a foul ball.
Oh my! That is a huge surprise. What did they see that we didn't see, David?
They must have had a different angle than we did.
Wow. Albernaz can't believe it. That's somewhat stunning. Oh, and 2. I don't know. I mean, what am I not seeing?
Yeah, exactly. I'm stunned.
The only one who looked as if he was convinced it was still foul was Hedrick. He was looking up at the board and shaking his head, but Alonso seemed certain that it was gone. We thought it was gone. Swing and a miss. How about that turn of events, and the crowd booing loudly. And now Albernaz is going to come out and talk with Ryan Wills, home plate ump. He's going to go over some lineup changes, and Alonso is going to go into the clubhouse and take some more looks at what he is sure is a home run, but it's still 3-3 as we go to the 8th. Well, this is the explanation from New York. After viewing all relevant angles, the replay official could not definitively determine that the ball left the playing field in fair territory. The call stands. It is a foul ball. Pozo takes over behind the plate. Sanders on the mound. And there's a strike. See if the Yankees can take advantage of what is clearly a break.
Sanders got good velocity. Just saw there 97 miles an hour. Fastball, slider, occasional change.
Well, Garcia into center, puts it away.
Yeah, if looks could kill, the look on Pete Alonso's face after he was in the dugout after the strikeout.
And Ramos gets plunked. So he's on base for the second time. And the pitch to Jazz. 1-0. So after just missing a home run, he ends up striking out. And you could just tell he's furious.
Seething. Good take by Jazz. Part of the problem recently for Jazz is just getting good pitches to hit. You get a little too overly anxious. And it's in a good hitting spot right here.
And Jazz, he's on base for the third time tonight.
Back to the second inning, that single that Spencer Jones had.
Pitching coach Drew French will come out and talk with Sanders. Yankees have not really cashed in, David. They're 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and it's been a couple of months long thing. The offense has not clicked as Yanier Cano is warming. You know, Boone had a spirited defense today of his batting coaches. It's not just James Rouse. A lot of people that work with James. He said they do an unbelievable job. Their approach is great. They work so hard. It's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. And you know, doing a talk radio show, a lot of people always want to blame the coaches rather than the players. And Boone doesn't think that's an issue at all. That the coaches do a great job. And I know that James Rouse is incredibly well respected in baseball.
Yes, he is.
Here's Spencer Jones. It's funny, coaches never seem to get the credit when things are going well, but it always seems like people want to blame them when things aren't going well. And sometimes, you know, coach might not be doing a good job. But Boone doesn't think that's the case here at all. 1-1. First and second, 1 out, 8th inning, 3-3 game. That's a nice play on the backhand by Pozo. Oh, 3 good arms in the outfield for the Orioles. Proceed with caution if you're Ramos. 2-1. 2-2. Ramos at second, Chisholm's at first. 3-3 game in the 8th. Swing and a tip into the glove of Pozo. Down goes Jones, who strikes out for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, right down the pipe too. Over the top of it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was a tip. Well, with McMahon due up, they're going to send up Jose Caballero against the righty. That would lead you to believe there's something up with McMahon's hand after that slide at second base.
That's exactly right. We were wondering about his thumb and his bat directly after that slide. He didn't swing. He ended up taking a called 3rd strike.
And then when he swung in the 6th inning, he just hit a number in front of the plate. So you're not sending up a righty against a righty unless there's something up with the left-handed hitter. I'm sure Meredith will have more information when she's in the clubhouse after the game. So first and second, 2 outs. And that got him. Got him on the way by, so that'll load the bases for Lombard.
Sanders has been kind of all over the place. Second hit batter this inning. Ball's flying all over the place on him.
And here comes Albernaz. He's going to call on Cano. Big spot in this game. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lombard against Cano when we get back. Well, here's a look at the Yankees' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Booking.com. One more game against the Orioles tomorrow night. And then back to the stadium. 3 against the Blue Jays. Monday's an off day. 3 against the Astros. And then 4 against the Boston Red Sox on the Yankees' heels in the American League East and in the wild card race. Yennier Cano takes over. He allowed 3 runs on Monday in Tampa Bay. Bases loaded. Cano against Lombard. And a strike.
Got a heavy sinker from Cano.
Chopped slowly. Third base going to be a tough play. Mayo fields no play. Throw to third. He's back in time. A single for Lombard. A run scores and the Yankees lead 4-3. Now let's see if Jazz is okay.
Well, sometimes you put the ball in play, good things happen, especially when you can run. That's what Lombard does. And then there's the slide back for Jazz. Well, he comes up a little bit lame. That was trouble the whole time for the Orioles. Lombard's going to make it, and now on this end, a little worry here for Jazz on the hip.
He's going to stay in. Lombard with his second hit, second run batted in, and the Yankees lead 4-3. Bases remain loaded, and here's Wells. Here comes Jazz. Ball gets away. He slides home. And the Yankees lead 5-3. Heads up base running by Jazz Chisholm. Guess the hip's okay.
Yes. That was just an exceptional read and exceptional speed. I mean, you can't hesitate right there, and he did not. And that ball's not that far away.
Pitch high to Wells. Now 2-0.
The talent of Jazz Chisholm showing up right there. It's a handful of players in the big leagues that could do it like that.
Two and one.
Very decisive. Exceptional speed. Easily in there.
Driven into left center field, and that ball is caught by Beavers for the final out. But the Yankees take the lead. They score 2 runs. They lead 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-3 Yanks. Now time for Discipline That Delivers, brought to you by Vanguard.
Well, by George is getting it done. He's now hit safely in 10 of his 13 career games so far, and he's in the middle of everything on both sides of the ball. What a huge lift he has been for this Yankees team that has been in the midst of really struggling. He's been a spark.
This series 4 for 7. 2 ribbies, a run scored. Nice play in the field as well. Paul Blackburn takes over to pitch the 8th. Gunnar Henderson leads off and takes a strike. Caballero remains in the game at third. He pinch hit for McMahon. Foul back here, and the count 1-2. Yankees 5 runs on 10 hits. Orioles 3 runs on 5 hits. Blackburn looking to get these 3 outs, hand the ball to Bednar. Worked an economical 1-2-3 inning yesterday, 8 pitches to nail it down.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where the 8th inning might be tougher than the 9th, going through the middle of the order here.
Strike 3 right down the middle. Henderson takes 1 away.
Exceptional movement on this 2-seamer. Starts off the inside corner and runs back to almost to the middle. Froze him. Blackburn has been nails with that particular pitch in terms of movement and location.
Basayo, big cut, 0-1. What a revelation Blackburn has been for the Yanks. Now such a valued member of this bullpen. In Tampa in March, you thinking that Hedrick and Blackburn are going to be the bridge to the closer? That's exactly what's happened. Ground ball through for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Basayo.
Well, that's his card. He's a good hitter. You can see him just fight that pitch off. The big, strong dude, and he can muscle it.
Well, here's another strong guy, Kobe Mayo. 3 strikeouts for him tonight, 0 for 3. Big cut. 1-1.
Blackburn, the former starter, has got that repertoire. He can throw you different looks out there, 3 or 4 different looks.
Two and one.
We get accustomed to seeing most 8th inning guys in today's game that are power guys, just 2 pitches, fastball, slider, or something like that. With Blackburn, sinkers, sweepers, cutters.
Popped up. Right side of the infield. Jazz makes the play. 2 down. Hobby and Kittredge. Couple of right-handers for the Orioles.
Kittredge, that's CeCe's buddy, right? Back to the Tampa days when they were T-shirt.
Yep.
When you drilled him for Austin Romine. It was a while ago, I think.
Well, he didn't drill Kittredge.
No, but it was in response.
It was because Kittredge, yeah.
And then he pointed to the dugout and said, "That's for you, B."
Yeah. Beavers had a home run in the 6th inning, which tied the game at 3.
It's a long way the other way. That went further than I thought. And on second look there.
So 3-0 on Beavers.
Improper use of farther. And went farther than I thought.
Now, did somebody quiz show you, or you just?
No, I got that one on my own.
Okay.
I made that mistake several times. I always get that one wrong.
Yeah, distance is farther.
Yeah, farther. Furthermore, it's farther.
(3-1). And Beavers works a walk. So the tying runs are on base for the Orioles. And that'll bring up Leody Taveras, and that'll bring out Matt Blake. Well, Tampa Bay held on against Toronto, so Tampa Bay wins 7-3. The Yankees want to stay 5 back in the loss column. They need to hold on here. The Red Sox did lose today, losing to the Diamondbacks, so the Yankees could gain a game on them, which would be 4 games in the loss column. Baltimore hitless in 5 at-bats with runners in scoring position. The Yankees 2 for 11 in those situations in this game. So here's Taveras. He's 2 for 3. Caballero in on the grass at third. Popped up. And Caballero makes the play. And Blackburn works into and out of trouble. Orioles strand 2. We're going to the 9th. Yankees up by 2. Oh, Alex Hoppe will come on. At the trade deadline, the Orioles got him. You see his numbers, more than a strikeout per inning. And he's going to face the top of the Yankee order as they try to build on a 2-run lead. Made his major league debut this year, April 27th with Seattle. And he came to Baltimore in the deal that sent Taylor Ward to the Mariners. Jumped right into Baltimore's bullpen and has 5 scoreless outings.
Got a big arm.
Batter's challenging the pitch.
99 miles an hour, and Grisham's going to challenge.
And a strike.
Strike. New York has no challenges remaining.
So that's the last challenge for the Yankees. How about this for honesty, David? He said, Hoppe said, I know this about myself. I'm not good enough to hit spots. He aims for the middle with that good stuff and hopes they don't hit it.
When you throw it in the upper 90s, that's probably a good strategy. And for a lot of pitchers in today's strike zone, it makes sense. If you're above average velocity, especially. It's more of, as I said before, the race to get to 0-2, to get count leverage. So important.
That's his second best pitch, is the slider, and just missed.
You know, that's actually the strategy that Gary Carter, the late great Gary Carter, used with the young pitchers on the Mets. Was he would set up down the middle early in the count. He would not move to the corners until you got ahead or until you proved that you had that kind of command.
And he ends up walking. So Grisham on first, nobody out. That'll bring up Rice. You can only imagine how far the ball will travel. Rice's swing connecting with 100 miles an hour, but he gets it by him there. Rice 2 for 4 tonight. One of the 2, a long home run, a solo shot in the third. Oh, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Dominating stuff for Hoppe. 1 away.
Well, when you throw that hard, sometimes you got to start it a little earlier. You got to gear up, and you can't hold up. He tries, but doesn't do it. And that's a sword.
Luis Garcia Jr. One and 0. Now 1-1. David Bednar, the Yankee closer, getting ready. So there's that fastball slider miss, and it's 1-2.
Throws an 89-mile-an-hour slider and still has 10 to 12 miles an hour differential with this fastball.
Blocked there by Pozo, and Grisham stays put. Three and two. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Strike him out. Throw him out. Double play. And that'll end the top of the ninth inning. The Yankees will try to close it out with David Bednar. Bottom of the ninth coming up. It's time now for the Mazda players of the game.
Well, who could it be? Oh, yes. The kid. By George. The kid can play. And, of course, Jazz, on the other hand, had a nice game as well. Great base running right there.
Yeah, Jazz was on base 3 times tonight. 2 walks, 2 runs scored. So now it's up to David Bednar to close this out. Once again, the Yankees have to use 5 pitchers out of the bullpen after Will Warren only gave them 4. Same amount of innings as Rodon gave them yesterday, so they've been able to cover the extra innings out of the bullpen. So Bednar against 8, 9, and 1. In the Orioles order, it's Cowser, Pozo, and Holiday. Under the watchful eye of the pitching staff. Garrett Cole gets start tomorrow. Yankees are hoping that he's going for the sweep. And that he gives them some length. Encarnacion Strand is on deck. The pinch hit for Pozo. Fouled away. Check swing. Did he go? Nope.
So Bednar takes a shot with his curveball down and in, and did he hold up? Yes, he did.
Ground ball. Jazz Chisholm. One away. So Christian Encarnacion Strand is hitting for Pozo. Yankees lead 5-3. One out, bottom of the ninth. And a strike. Bednar fills the zone, and he's got several pitches that he can use. And he's ahead in the count 0-2.
He's pitching with so much confidence out there and conviction. Knows exactly what he wants to do and which pitches to use in which situations.
And he deals. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And the Yankees are out away.
A little extra hop on this one, up to 97. Ball's in the glove.
And here's Jackson Holliday. Fly ball left field. This should do it. Ramos there. And the Yankees win 5-3. They've won the first 2 games of the series. They've won 3 in a row, and they've ensured themselves at least a 500 road trip. Another close game. Another well-pitched game by the Yankees, and they win this one by 2.
Another great job by the bullpen. Another 5-inning job by the bullpen. This time just 1 run given up. Last night, no runs given up in 5 innings of work. So that's as good as it gets from the Yankee bullpen right there.
And David mentioned earlier, a good game for Jazz Chisholm Jr. And it continues to be impressive that a 21-year-old like George Lombard Jr. does not seem as if he is cowed by the moment at all. He handles this all very well. He doesn't over-celebrate. He just does the things that he has to do, puts the ball in play, forces the defense to make a mistake. And as you said, since he's come up, he's really been a boost for this team.
Yeah, even more so. I mean, there's a calming effect that a rookie's had on this team, really on Yankees universe for that matter. I mean, he has really kind of steadied the ship in a very important position at shortstop. That's been a controversial position.
So the Yankees stay within 5 of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won, and they move ahead another game of the Red Sox in the battle for first in the wild card standings. So things going well for the Yankees as they won the last game in Toronto in extra innings, and then they take the first 2 games here in Baltimore. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow night with Garrett Cole on the mound. Well, we were talking about George Lombard Jr., and you know what? Meredith Morakovitz is with him in front of the dugout.
Thank you, Michael. George, another nice night at the plate. Drove in 2 hits, a sac fly. When you look at tonight and the overall product since you've been called up, hit safely in 10 of 13. What's allowed you to settle in so quickly at the plate?
All the guys around me have done, have been great and just allowing me to be myself, put me in a good spot just to be comfortable. And I'm just going out there and trying to battle every day.
How much has your confidence grown game by game as you go along here?
It's been good. Obviously, we're trying to win as many games as we can. It's an important time of the year, so that's kind of the main focus every single day is just find ways to help the team win.
Before you step to the plate with the bases loaded in the 8th, it looked like the Orioles may have taken the lead on that Pete Alonso drive to left field. Did you think that was foul or fair off the bat?
Couldn't tell. I mean, thankfully it was foul, but yeah, I couldn't really tell from my position. I was just hoping.
When you do step to the plate there in that 8th inning, bases loaded, what's going through your mind in your approach? Just put the ball in play?
Yeah, I knew he was going to try to throw some sinker, so just trying to get something a little up. Obviously, didn't do exactly that, but thankfully it worked out, and yeah, it's a good win.
Another nice outing for the pitching staff as a whole. How impressed have you been, not only by some of the starters, but by the bullpen?
Yeah, they've been great. I mean, can't say enough good things about them. Yeah, like you said, all the starters, all the bullpen, like it's just makes it easier for us as they're doing their thing.
George, congratulations on another win.
Thank you. Thank you.
Michael, we'll send it back up to you and David.
Well, thank you, Meredith, and thank you to George as well. 5-10-0 for the Yanks, 3-6-0 for the Orioles. It took 3 hours and 12 minutes. Hedrick gets the win out of the bullpen. 29th save from Bednar. Sanders took the loss. George Lombard Jr., we know about his game. Pete Alonso had 1 home run, but did he have 2? I'm sure he'll talk about it. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. Jared Ames Boschnack. Hey, don't forget to join us again next Wednesday when the Yankees take on the Astros at Yankee Stadium. Coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. on Prime, with first pitch coming just after 7. Now, for more coverage of tonight's game, well, tune into the Yes Network for the W.B. Mason postgame show. Once again, the final score is the New York Yankees 5 and the Baltimore Orioles 3. For David Cohen and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Have a good night, everybody. So long.